Let's wait for everyone to get in here. Start going, just a second. Gary, what's up, man? Waiting for KennyHoopla to come in. He'll be here in just a second. Kat and Scotty and everyone. Skylar, Bill and Diane, and there's Kenny. Oh, man. Mr. Punctual. I like that. KennyHoopla, what's happening, dude?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good, man. Mike Jones. Good to meet you, brother.
Good. Right back at you.
Thank you, my man. Well, first off, before we get into anything about your music and all that, and I got a lot to talk to you about, but how you doing, man? You holding up strong right now? You good?
Yeah. I'm surviving.
Everything's all right up there?
Yeah. I'm just chilling. Working
Good. Well, good, man. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, Kenny, I'm sorry. Had to turn off the Bluetooth there. Something was trying to interrupt there. So I was checking out some of your music the last couple days, man. You got a really cool, interesting sound that I'm digging. We've been playing How Will I Rest in Peace here on DC 101. Dude, what's your story, man? I don't know much about you. Nobody really does. So all I saw was Cleveland to Wisconsin. You're making music, doing your thing right now. I think your stuff is totally fascinating. So lay it on me, man. What's the KennyHoopla tale?
I don't even honestly I don't even know where to start. I hate like talking about it in interviews because I feel like I can never like get it right because there's just like so much I couldn't just explain it in one thing. But if you have like a specific question that would help me.
Okay. All right. So you guys, I saw that when you were young, your family moved from Cleveland to Wisconsin. And then from there, how did you start getting involved in music? Let's just go from there.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. Well, like my first thought probably I just couldn't sleep. I've had like sleeping problems probably my life, and I would just wait every night for MTV to come on in the morning because it just like helped me sleep or whatever. So I guess that probably is like the first memory, and then we just had a whole bunch of like burned CDs, and I would just them whenever like my mom went to work. And I didn't really have a lot of friends either. And I feel like music was really my only friend, and I feel like that's how that started. Then eventually, like 1 year out of high school, I was just like, it's time to make music. Something just like told me, and I was just like, let's get it.
And you were just like, this feels like my calling. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Is it one of those situations, Kenny, where it's like, I don't feel like a normal, regular 9 to 5 job is for me? Did you know that it was definitely destined for something else?
Yeah, 100%. And it was just like trusting that and making it a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you never played any instruments or anything. You just knew, like, I've got these thoughts, I've got these lyrics, I've got these images of things that I see in the world, and I want to express those for other people to share with them as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think that was possibly a reason why I didn't do music sooner, because I didn't really know about anything but like the logistics of it and stuff. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to find that avenue of like, I know what I want to do, but how do I even start? And I was the same way getting into radio. I was like, I have no clue what to do here. I'm going to go to community college. I'm going to see where that takes me. So like, did you go to Guitar Center, guitar store, something, just like looking for equipment? You talk to friends, go to shows, or what?
Yeah, I just went to my friend's house because he was like recording music and stuff. And then my friend had this beat that he made me because we just used to mess around and like just mess around with beat programs. And then I just like rapped on this one beat of his, and then I just like didn't stop. I've just been doing that ever since.
Well, it's interesting. You say it was rap, but like when I listen to How Will I Rest, or I love Sore Loser, man, that's a really cool song, or Lost Cause, checking those songs out. I didn't feel like it was rapping. It was more, you're talking, you're conversating to us. There is some definite musical style to it, but I wouldn't call it rapping per se.
I'm like super all over the place. And I feel like even that's hard to explain. I feel like you just have to like just know me, to have like known me for a long time, I guess, to explain it. But I really listen to like everything. And like, I don't know. I don't necessarily have like a boundary on anything. Like, I just like make whatever I'm feeling, I guess.
Yeah, but like music nowadays, as opposed to even 5, 10 years ago, boundaries, genres, the lines are so blurred now. You can get away with that, and you can have. I mean, look at 21 Pilots. You know, they
Yeah.
have a very successful career, and those guys, you know, you can't really categorize their music, or AWOL Nation or something. Just naming a few of the bands I've loved from the last couple of years. You know, you can definitely get away with that, where you have all these different avenues and genres you can cross together and do your thing. And that's one of the things I found so interesting about your music in particular, you know?
I think that's what, well, I think I've been falling in love with like not doing that, and like at least moving forward. This in this moment, at least, like I feel like so much people are not just being like straightforward with stuff. I think there's also beauty in like just having like a genre be, and I don't know, people are swinging the other way, which I understand. Like people are trying to like push music forward, but I feel like there's just as much beauty in like letting it be what also.
Absolutely. When you were growing up, you said you had a bunch of burned CDs that you guys would, listen to and jam out. Were there any musicians, any bands, any artists in particular that really like helped you out to figure out what you really love and what you're doing now?
Honestly, probably like Blink-182. I was like in the Metro Station
Mm-hmm.
to like Ludacris, really liked. Fall Out Boy. I think off top, when I think about it, was really like Fall Out Boy. Like the first one where I was like, I can remember being like obsessed with something. It was like that Fallout from Under the Cork Tree album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With Sugar We're Going Down and everything. And
Yeah,
it was like, all right, this is really cool. And you said Blink too, and they're pretty close and
yeah,
similar in their genres as well.
like having like just hooks, and I don't know. I was obsessed with that Sugar We're Going Down hook, and like the way they like wrote songs and like the things they wrote about and how it like touched me and stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, you know what? Everybody has a different story, and it's cool getting to talk. We're here, everyone that's watching. We're here with Kenny Hoopla live on our DC 101 at home session. So you said your friend Kenny, was it like a friend from school or in the neighborhood that had the recording stuff that you started making your music with?
Yeah, it was just like a friend locally that I just
Mm-hmm.
with. He was like making music already, and then I just like hit him up. I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to make a song." It was like we did it in this like motel room. It like super random because my friend was living in a motel room for. But then my other friend like bought a mic, and then that was where I made my first song. Then,
It's
sorry.
no. I was gonna say it's cool now. With so many advancements, I've got 5 computer screens in front of me here at home, working from home, doing the radio show. That you can do everything now in a motel room, a bedroom, a closet if you want to. You can have a dream of, I think I want to make music, and you can do that from home and have it sound. If you're smart, if you're savvy, you can have it sound just as good as a multi-million-dollar studio can now, and that's cool.
Yeah, 100%. I hear you.
So the other thing I saw is that you made your first song, and then you said, I don't know when I'm going to make my next one. I know I have to make it better than this one. And that is such a cool mentality to have of like, I'm not going to have many opportunities right now starting out. So the ones I'm going to have, I'm making the most of them. I think that's awesome.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, it's just like also not being able to like, yeah, it was just that, just not having like the actual tools and the full knowledge to like craft something that I feel like speaks to me, myself personally at this time, and just wanting to come correct.
So when you do that though, Kenny, you like, what was it like? You did the first song, and then how long was it in between? Was it a couple months?
Yeah, I think so. It was weird because I was like back and forth between cities because I was just in a weird place in life, just trying to like make music and figure it out. And I think it was like a month or so, and then I like finally got like an EP together. And then I just like put it on SoundCloud, and then I've just been like going ever since.
And that's another thing we were talking just a minute ago about technology of like, okay, I don't have to sign a record deal to get my stuff out there. I can put it up the minute I hit mix and it's done, it's mixed down. You can have it out there. You can have 5,000 people hear that within 5 minutes. You know, and that's so cool. Like, has that been a thing for you too? Like, people discovering it grassroots on SoundCloud and saying, all right, check this out, man. You got to hear this guy, KennyHoopla, and working from there.
Yeah, that's like something that I'm very like prideful of. It's just like doing everything DIY, and I don't know, just having everything start from the bottom and everything be authentic. That's my biggest things.
What about your shows now? Like, have you done many shows yet? Because I know you haven't been making music that long, but you have done some shows now. That's another thing of like, I don't know what to do when I get on stage. I've seen other people on stage. It's a guessing game. How am I going to connect with this audience? Because when you open up a show, you've got, what, 4 or 5 songs tops that you're going to play, and you got to make that connection quick so you can get invited back for the next show and next show. So, like, what have you figured out? What stumbling blocks have you had along the way, or what successes have you had?
That was literally probably, I want to say, one of the biggest things that have like helped me get to where I was. Like, it was my performances and people wanting to come and see me live, and I knew that if I wanted to get further, that I had to like make a really good performance. So my whole thing was just trying to get on the top of the flyers, like, and just like pushing every show to where it was like undeniable, because people would, yeah, I just always be at the bottom, and I just wanted to be at the top so bad, I guess. So yeah, I forgot what the question was.
No, I understand what you're saying though. You had that motivation of like, I'm gonna go out there and put on the most kick-ass show. I'm gonna start this night out. I'm gonna blow everyone away. So I move up that ladder on that flyer. And that's funny, by the way, you say even flyer, because like that seems so foreign. But yeah, flyer still. Hey, come to the show. Come to the show. Yeah. Come check me out. You know, I'm gonna be up at the top of here one day, a lot sooner than later.
Yeah.
Who have you been playing with? Like, people just around there? Have you gone out on tour and everything?
Yeah, I went on a mini tour with Yoshi Flower. I think I did like one a year ago in Chicago, like with Omar Apollo. Most of it was just like a whole bunch of like local stuff though in Wisconsin. Just me stacking on like as much shows as I can to where it's like unignorable by people, and like they can't ignore that I'm working hard. And it was, even if it's like a basement show, it's just as much shows, and like, because I feel like a big thing is like being literally in front of people, and that was like my biggest thing. It's just like wherever it is just like do as much shows as I can. Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's, well, okay, it does matter if it's 5 people or 50,000. But when you're on stage, when you have a microphone in your hand, when you're talking to people, when you can see them face to face, you have that connection. That is experience. That is huge, and that makes your next show even better. And then following along with that, and that's very smart that you want to get those reps in and keep doing that stuff and everything. Where are you at in Wisconsin, by the way?
I'm in Oshkosh right now.
Okay, how's the music scene in Oshkosh?
It's nothing like big at all, but I see a lot of talent in like the people around me. It's also like a small town, so it's hard for it to like be something big, but I feel like it's starting to get there.
Okay, so it actually does exist. At least there is a music scene. You feel it, and it's not also New York or Los Angeles, where I'm sure you've thought about going, but you can get lost in the shuffle very quickly there.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's also even less of music, but the thing with it here for me was like just the lifestyle and the way that people lived and the way that we expressed ourselves, I guess. And that kind of is what like fueled the music. It was less than a scene, but more of like a certain attitude that people had, which I felt like made up for music personally.
Do you feel like being there, staying at home, do you feel like that's made things more authentic for you?
Yeah, but I mean, it's also made things harder at the same time, as I forgot what I was gonna say.
I get that though.
Yeah, it's always better to be like close to home, but then I like do tweak out about like not being everywhere in everyone's faces. But like this is like the true energy that I want in my music, so it's good that I'm here.
I remember, Kenny, I remember seeing the Lumineers when they had started out. They were working, they were living in New York, New Jersey, right around there, around New York City. They moved everything to Denver because they said it would be a lot cheaper. They could focus on their music. So maybe this is a blessing, though. You don't have to work. I don't know if you work a 9 to 5 or anything, but at least, you know, you can focus all your attention on your music and not worry about all the other things like, I got to come up with rent. I got to do this, that, and everything else. If you can put that attention into music, staying at home is a smart move for you.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like I'm in a place where now is the time that I need to like get everything out, and whatever big thing that I've been trying to do, like now is the time, and I need to do that here and not let like distractions of me needing to be somewhere else. Like I want to make it a real thing for myself that I could do anything anywhere and that it doesn't matter, because it all should like come from the heart. And if you really like live that and feel that it shouldn't matter. And that's something that I'm challenging myself with right now.
Absolutely. Dude, authentic and genuine. You do that, that music's going to cut right through and people will definitely pick up. Because if it's phony, it's like, nope, moving on to the next thing.
Yeah. 100%.
So what do you think, Kenny? I know right now, coronavirus has really shut everything down. I'm sure you had plans and everything. Are you using this time, though, to think, all right, what's my move going to be when we can get back out there, when we can get on the road, when I can do stuff? What are you thinking about for the future?
I'm just trying to make good music. That's like all I'm trying to focus on. Like, I'm not worried about like projects, or I'm just trying to do it like one step at a time, which is just like making good songs and learning how to do them in the way that I think is best for me. Yeah.
No, that's very, dude, that's
Awesome.
smart, man. Not too much all at once, one step at a time. That's the way to do it right. And your videos, too. I got your YouTube page pulled up here. My wife and I, we were watching a bunch of them last night. You shooting those all around Oshkosh and everything?
Yeah.
They look, dude, they look great, man. I love how it definitely captures this different essence of you, of Kenny Hoopla. But it's like, man, these are coming from a guy that's got big plans in his head.
Yeah. 100%.
I can definitely feel that.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And everyone watching, go on Kenny's YouTube page, check out his stuff and everything, and see that. And where can we find you on socials too, Kenny? We should get that out there too.
And everywhere on the internet is just Kenny Hoopla, KennyHoopla.
Got that straight across the board. You have an EP out right now. Are you going to be putting out more music in a clump? Do you think singles right now? I know it's kind of everything up in the air, so it might throw your plans off, but what are you thinking about with these songs?
That EP I was talking about, that was like a super old one, like when I first started making music. But now I have like a more official one coming like early next month. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm planning to work on an album now. But I'm just trying to make good music. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself.
So this is going to be the rebirth of Kenny Hoopla next month. That's what we'll look at it as. Oh, got a visitor here, Kenny. Lionel says. I love it, dude. Well, Kenny, listen, whenever we get things back to normal, man, this has been a lot of fun. Whenever we get things back to normal, when you come through DC, I want you to come to DC 101. I'd love to hang out, have you do some music for us and some fans there in our studio. That'd be awesome. And, man, the future's so bright for you. We're going to keep playing How Will I Rest in Peace on DC 101 and just looking for a lot more stuff from you, man. This was a great time, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Kenny Hoopla. And thanks, guys, for joining us. See you later.
All right.